Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and a well for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. Distinguished guests, I would like to invite Uncle Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional welcome to country. Uncle Chris.
Thank you. Warami Miriga. Hello friends and Nalawa. Welcome to the lands of the Wallamedigal. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I wish to firstly pay my respects to the country and its people, and to thank the university for their acknowledgement of us and the invitation to welcome you here this afternoon. That acknowledgement is important for our people and much appreciated. My family, in fact, descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the Burrabrongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. So he enrolled his daughter, Bullangai, or Maria, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and ultimately secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them, and it became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name. We're very proud of her, as I'm sure your family are of you today. And with good reason. Your success is our success. Your advancement, our advancement. Now, that was probably better understood in traditional times when camp groups were smaller and clans abided by strict sharing laws, which meant the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we work together. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects, and I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here around 250 years ago, he described the people he encountered as one of the happiest people he'd ever met. They owned nothing, he wrote, but the tools they carried. They were naked, made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and fed their families from the earth without excessive tilling or clearing. There was no slavery, no rich and poor, and no homelessness. Armies were unheard of, as were forts, jails, or even fences. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, which were then shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands are maintained in their natural state through fire and responsible harvesting. Our rivers and waterways kept clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them, as they have done here for the past 20 to 30,000 years. So this is not an ideal or some far-off dream. This was normal life for us and for the longest time. And there is no good reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us. However, we are a clever people, and there is still much magic in the world, I like to believe. So graduates, I would say expect great and wonderful things from your life. Life is good, we are naturally happy, and normally very good at looking after each other and the planet. I would just ask that you share your skills with the rest of us and keep following that beautiful spirit within you that got you this far. Do this, and I'm confident that we can put together a world we can be proud of and a future that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine by winding up and letting you graduate. Just want to say congratulations to all of you and all the best in our collective future. Thank you. Yano.
Distinguished guests, I'm pleased to introduce Pro-Chancellor of Macquarie University, Professor Nick Mansfield. Pro-Chancellor.
Thanks very much, Chris, for your words and your welcome to country. We're here today to mark the importance and meaning and value of education, and it certainly adds a lot of significance to the event to be able to connect it to the long traditions of wisdom, knowledge and learning that have taken place on these lands for many thousands of years. It means a lot to the university, so thank you. Colleagues, guests, families and friends of our graduands, and most importantly, all our graduands. It's my distinct honour and pleasure to welcome you here to this graduation ceremony. And I bring our graduands and their guests a special greeting from the members of the Macquarie University Council, the university's governing body. It's our hope that today is a very happy and memorable occasion for all of you. Now, there might be a few small children or even perhaps a baby or two here today, and I want you to know that they are especially welcome. I also want you to know that we do not expect small children to remain either still or quiet through the graduation ceremony. This is very much an occasion for families and friends, and children are especially welcome. Today is a milestone day. Today we celebrate the wonderful achievements of those of you about to graduate. Completing a university degree is not an easy thing. It requires an intelligent and inquiring mind, determination and perseverance, and you've made many sacrifices along the way in pursuit of your end goal. You've worked very hard to get to this point, and you should feel very proud of what you have accomplished. We, as a university, are certainly proud of your achievements, and I'm pleased to be able to congratulate each and every one of you. I also want to especially welcome the families, supporters and friends of our graduands who've joined us here today as invited guests. The fact that you've been invited by one of our graduands to share in one of the most important days of their lives is proof positive that you've been a very important influence. So to our invited guests, congratulations to you as well, and thank you for celebrating this great occasion with us. Now, our graduates mightn't realise it, but we're about to participate in one of the oldest of Europe's social rituals. If you were to pick a date, say around 1500, and look to see what institutions were around at that time and that are still around today, you'd find that there are only about 60 of them. They include the Roman Catholic Church, the Parliaments of England, Iceland and the Isle of Man, and 6 Swiss cantons. The rest of the institutions that were around at that time and that are still around today are universities. In fact, graduation ceremonies are even older than that. For more than 800 years, graduates have been donning gowns just like the ones you're wearing today and participating in ceremonies very like this one. And since those earliest graduations, the ceremonies remained almost unchanged, a defining feature in the life of every university and its students now around the world. Now, we all realise that Macquarie University is not one of these ancient institutions. In fact, we're just shy of 60 years of age. And though we're among the younger universities in the world, we're certainly very proud to participate in this time-honoured tradition. We all know that youth, however, has its advantages. Macquarie is a very modern, outward and forward-looking institution. We enjoy an enviable reputation for world-leading research excellence, engagement and impact. We're continually progressing and extending our research partnerships, course offerings and facilities. We have a proud tradition of innovation and discovery, and our pioneering approach is built upon a collaborative and connected learning community. Even though the recent few years have been a period of great challenge for all of us, it remains a very exciting time for Macquarie University amidst much change as the vision for this remarkable institution continues to unfold. Macquarie University has over 225,000 graduates living in more than 140 countries around the world. It's very clear we're looking forward and we're on the move, and so, of course, are you. Some of the things we all value so much about Macquarie, however, will not change. The friendliness, inclusiveness, and approachability of our staff and students is often commented on by visitors to the university, both from across Australia and around the world. This is inherent to our culture, and we intend that it will always be so. Remember, you will always be welcome here on the Macquarie campus. Macquarie University will always be a leader in teaching and learning, and a leader in the accumulation of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. However, our collective journey is about building community, where we have shared values, where we share things in common, and where we care about each other, even when our points of view on some matters might diverge. In other words, an ideal community of scholars. Guests, academic and professional colleagues, and most importantly, our graduands, I offer you the warmest of welcomes to Macquarie University on this grand occasion. In just a few minutes, it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of that community of scholars we proudly call Macquarie University. But now it's my great pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker, Professor Rob Iveson. Rob Iveson is an astrophysicist on sabbatical from the European Southern Observatory, or ESO, in Munich, where he was the Director for Science for the last 19 years, looking after a group of around 100 research scientists, PhD students, and postdoctoral fellows. ESO runs the world's most powerful ground-based telescopes, with Australia as a key strategic partner, hopefully soon its newest member state. Before joining ESO and following spells in Canada, Hawaii, and London, Rob was Professor of Astrophysics at the University of Edinburgh, working on Blackford Hill at the Royal Observatory, Edinburgh. He spent the noughties at the UK Astronomy Technology Centre, also in Edinburgh, where he was in charge of new initiatives and part of several instrument building teams that won international acclaim. In 1997, together with Ian Smale and Andrew Blaine, Rob used a camera called Scuba to make the first deep image of a small patch of the sky at a wavelength of roughly 1 millimetre. The image revealed the first few examples of what turned out to be a vast population of heavily dust-enshrouded galaxies. Largely invisible to optical telescopes, they have typical light travel times of roughly twice the age of the Earth. We now know that these colossal dusty starbursts were 1,000 times more prevalent back then and probably evolved into the massive galaxies we see around us in today's universe. I now invite Professor Rob Iveson to deliver the occasional address.
Confession. This is the first graduation ceremony I've ever attended. I skipped the country twice to start new jobs for my first couple of ceremonies, and that's the story I'm sticking to. So I'm very much enjoying myself today, watching you receive all the credit that's due to you, all the pomp and ceremony, all the gowns, a hat to cover my ball patch. This is all incredibly interesting to watch, and I'm very honoured to be part of it. Although we're all trying to put the COVID-19 pandemic behind us, we should acknowledge here for today's graduates, and the university staff too, that it presented an unprecedented challenge. We all had to adapt to a new way of life, including remote learning, social distancing, and a whole host of other changes to our lives. It was an incredibly challenging time, and I know that many of you really struggled to overcome those difficulties, but you're here now. Here you are today, graduating, and that's testament to your resilience, your perseverance, your determination, your dedication. You should be incredibly proud of yourselves, and I hope that you take a moment now to reflect on everything that you've accomplished. You really should be incredibly proud of yourselves. This is quite a key moment, and I'll give myself a pat on the back as well because I never got one. And while you're reflecting on that, actually, just let me take a picture of you all because it's an absolutely splendid view from up here. Thank you very much for indulging me. That's fabulous. So yeah, I'm an astrophysicist. I spend a silly amount of my time contemplating the enormity of the universe. It's hard to even begin to comprehend how vast and complex the universe really is. The age of the universe is estimated to be 13.8 billion years. The light I collect from the galaxies that I study set off on its way to the telescope twice the age of the Earth ago, as we just heard. And believe it or not, the universe was already a couple of billion years old by that point, and it was in its prime. We call it cosmic noon, the point when the universe was doing more action than it is currently. Now, these are mind-bending units of time. We just can't comprehend this as humans. This is beyond us. And in comparison, our own lifetimes are incredibly short. For all of us, we only have a tiny fraction of that time to make our mark on the world, to follow our passions and to achieve our goals. But I urge you, rather than feeling daunted by the enormity of it, as someone who stares it in the face on an almost daily basis as part of my job, I urge you to turn the logic on its head and see this as a rationale to seize the day. Carpe diem, seize the day. It's one of the oldest phrases in the language, and it is so for a reason. It's a reminder that every opportunity that you have is precious and that we should make the most of every moment that comes our way. I'm very sadly here in Sydney only for a handful of months. I regret that bitterly. I absolutely love Australia. I love being here. I've only been here a couple of weeks, and it's been an extraordinary experience already. And I can tell you that this is exactly how I'm living my life. Every morning I wake up and I carpe diem the holy heck out of every day. And it's an absolutely brilliant way to live, and I recommend it to you enormously. Now, the world is full of exciting possibilities, and you've shown that you have the talents and the skills to make a real impact. Whether you pursue a career in science or technology or engineering or any number of other things, I urge you to approach it with passion, with curiosity, and with a willingness to take risks. So in science, we're constantly pushing the barriers. We're pushing the boundaries of what we're capable of. We're finding new planets, new galaxies, new phenomena that challenge our understandings of the universe. Don't limit yourselves. Don't be afraid to take risks, to try new things, to leave the railroad tracks that society prescribes for you. Follow your passions with everything you've got. Remember that every moment's precious and that you have the power to make a real difference in the world. Every one of you has the power to make a real difference. I'm practicing what I preach now, right here and now. This is an artificial intelligence-generated speech. ChatGPT wrote this speech. I've watched any number of transformations in my relatively brief lifetime. I don't think I'm the oldest person on this stage. I remember the transition from film cameras to digital cameras. I remember the first mobile phones. I remember the very first time that I walked into a room and I saw someone using the Mosaic internet browser. This was a big deal. This was early 1994. I remember the transition from awkward conversations in pubs to swiping right. I was lucky enough to be in at the beginning of one or two of those things, the internet in particular. And yet I somehow managed not to make 1 cent from that. Why did I not make 1 cent from that? Because I didn't have the courage to take risks. Did I ring up my local football club, Blackburn Rovers, who were head of the Premiership at that point, who didn't have a website, and say, should I run your website for you because I know how to do it? No, I didn't. Could have made a fortune. Did I open the first coffee shop in Edinburgh? No, I didn't, because I didn't have the courage. Do not be a bystander. Do not get left behind. Do not live a life that's destined to be full of regrets. So as you move forward from here, I urge you to stay kind, stay curious, stay determined, and stay optimistic. You'll be amazed how your positive energy can infect those around you, leading to all manner of amazing things. We may never fully understand the mysteries of the universe, but that doesn't mean that we can't make a difference in our own small corner of it. So take some risks, and congratulations once again, and I wish you all the best as you embark on this exciting new chapter in your lives. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Rob, for those warm and inspiring words. As Pro-Chancellor of Macquarie University, I especially look forward to presiding at ceremonies such as today's and conferring degrees on those who've complied with the university's requirements for awards. I now call on Acting Registrar Professor Mariella Herberstein to formally certify the eligibility of those who have met the requirements for the university's awards.
Pro-Chancellor, I certify that all of the candidates being present here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees please stand?
In the name of the Macquarie University Council and by my authority as Pro-Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees for which you have qualified. Congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated. Pro-Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Science and Engineering. I now call on Professor David Coutts, Deputy Dean, Research and Innovation at the Faculty of Science and Engineering, to present the graduates. Professor Coutts.
Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Science and Engineering. We are a dynamic faculty driven by the spirit of discovery, striving to nurture the next generation of science and technology innovators. We believe in education as an equaliser that enables our students to reach their full potential. We aim to be the best for the world. We work with our partners to discover, innovate and build a better future with environmental and social sustainability at the core. We have a wonderful mix of science and engineering together in a single faculty, which means we can conduct research from fundamental science through to developing new technologies for the 21st century. I'll give you just a few examples of the exciting work underway in the faculty. In our School of Natural Sciences, our researchers have developed a science-based system for managing rivers, which is now used all around the world. And researchers in our Centre for Excellence in Synthetic Biology are engineering microbes to turn agricultural waste into sustainable products, building a new bio-based economy. Astronomers in our School of Mathematical and Physical Sciences are answering big questions, such as how the atoms that make up us all were forged in the explosions of ancient stars. They're doing this using instruments built here at AAO Macquarie. The AAO is a dedicated team of scientists and engineers who make specialised equipment to work with the world's largest telescopes to enable astronomers to explore the cosmos. In our School of Computing, our researchers make fundamental advances in security and cryptography so that we can trust the information technologies that our lives now so depend upon. In our School of Engineering, we're helping to build the next generation of communication technologies, such as 5G and 6G mobile networks. In our Department of Applied Biosciences, we work closely with our industry and government partners to develop solutions to solve challenging problems, such as how to prevent the Queensland fruit fly from devastating fruit crops. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you graduates from the Faculty of Science and Engineering whom you have admitted to degrees or awarded diplomas. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce and Bachelor of Engineering. Cameron Foley. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours, First Class in Mechanical Engineering with the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Thomas Williams. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours in Mechanical Engineering with the degree of Bachelor of Science, Nicholas Simons. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours in Mechatronic Engineering with the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Andrew Michael Robert Holdsworth. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours, First Class in Software Engineering with the degree of Bachelor of Science, Georgian Bertasso. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours with the degree of Bachelor of Science, Rhys Davis. Michael John Goldie. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours, Wern Mung. Hao Young Shu. Yifei Young. Yujie Zhu. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours, First Class in Electronic Engineering, Stephen Balog Caristo. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours in Mechanical Engineering, Kung Ray Chun. Abby Hutchins. Aran Nepal. Christopher Salter. Joel Sayed. Jason Song. Mohammed Shahanzaibi Zahur. Chungyu Zhao. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours, First Class in Mechatronic Engineering, Daniel Watson. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours in Mechatronic Engineering, AKM Shafiuzaman Chaudhry. Maxwell De Morgan Pratt. Pat Gaikwad. Harry Lennon. Scott Moller. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours, First Class in Software Engineering, Jessica Dalmati. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours in Software Engineering, Thomas Cohen. Tanai Bhaskar Gandhi. Priyanshi Patel. Barosha Bordell. Sheikh Mashfiq Rahman. Fayaz Rahman. Jayakriti Shivakumar. Jonah Skinner. George Samoglu. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours, First Class, in Telecommunications Engineering, Jiwei Young. Okay, just want to make sure. Okay. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours in Telecommunications Engineering. Chernung Sui. Zhan Gao. Owen He. Shuanza Liu. Han Liang Liu. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours First Class, Luke Taglini. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours, Daniel Taylor. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce with the degree of Bachelor of Science, Harsha Murren. Quang Min Pham. Sagar Verma. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering with the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Wamid Naim. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Advanced Science, Ashi Burden. Exeter Dio. Chloe Duffield. Jasmine Fragius. Samuel Gardner. Harry May. Mitchell Meredith. Bartosz Mrówka. Lachlan Powys. Jacinda Webb. Alexander Wild. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering, Alexander Henderson. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science, Rianne Quilly Alcantara. Lachlan Barnes. Samuel Clay. Thomas Dinter. Tom Hardman. Nikhara Indalau. Nikki Lay. Panayotis Liaros. Matthew Machuka. Jack Mathewson. Stephanie Nelson. Cynthia Ogden. Sanindi Tiotma Pereira. Christopher Rudolph. Ethan Walker. Nurini Wright. Rayhan Chung. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science, Global Challenges, Thomas Hope. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Applied Statistics, Michael Learn. Taoyang Luo. Arjun Sekha. Wing Si Coco Yu. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Biostatistics, Timothy Morgan. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Biotechnology, Christine Chung. Fiona Facey. Christina Mainali. Phuc Minh Hung Nguyen. Sumaya Tabassum Nishida. Janula Rizzo. Christopher Rourke. Beatrice Maria Zimmer. Daoyu Zhang. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Biotechnology and Business, Kirsty Sardul. I I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Data Science. Niharika Baluso Pati. Saroj Bogati. Jennifer Min Ming Box. Juan Chern. Jasvir Govinda. Lei Na Ho. Joshua McMartin. Ozair Uz Zaman Sheikh. Wei Un Tiong. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Engineering in Electronics Engineering. Amol Gurung. Pooja. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Engineering in Networking and Telecommunications Engineering. Ali Akbar. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Engineering Management. Saga Murugisan Asari. Nadine Estelle Narciso. Shriyesh Nikawede. Aman Singhal. Fahim Hossein Talukder. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Laboratory Quality Analysis and Management, Kathy Tauk. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Science Innovation in Chemistry and Biomolecular Sciences, Marcel Julliard. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Graduate Diploma of Applied Statistics, Shuvavish Chakraborty. Pro-Chancellor, a higher degree by research is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a program of study in which the defining characteristic is research. The Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to graduates who have demonstrated the capacity to conduct research independently by forming a distinct contribution to the knowledge of the subject and to afford evidence of coherence and originality, shown either by the discovery of new facts or by the exercise of independent critical power. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, and they will be joined on stage by their primary PhD supervisor for the photographs. I present Dr. Felipe Barbosa da Silva for a thesis entitled Radio Frequency Interference Detection and Mitigation for GNSS and Radio Astronomy Applications. Dr. Shalmali Kapse for a thesis entitled Multiple Stellar Populations in Young and Intermediate Age Massive Clusters in the Magellanic Clouds. Dr. Sujan Shrestha for a thesis entitled Realization of Three-Dimensional Printed Antennas with its Geometrical Configuration and Applications. Dr. Mohammed Yazdi for a thesis entitled Management of Offshore Structures Under Microbiologically Influenced Corrosion. Pro-Chancellor, that completes this afternoon's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Science and Engineering.
Pro-Chancellor, I call on Jordan Bertasso, who graduated with a Bachelor of Engineering Honours in Software Engineering with the degree of Bachelor of Science, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Jordan Bertasso.
Pro-Chancellor, members of the university, fellow graduates and guests. It's an honor to be able to speak to you today on behalf of my fellow graduates. Firstly, engineers and scientists, I'd like to congratulate you on your fantastic achievement today. To be able to attend this ceremony is not only a symbol of your perseverance, resilience, and also sheer willpower. I'd also like to acknowledge our guests present today and the love, support, and patience that they have extended towards us throughout our challenging time as students. I know that my family has definitely given me their fair share of patience during exam time. I'd also like to thank you, fellow graduates, because as easy as it is to assume that university is an individual sport, I truly believe that the most meaningful aspects of my time at Macquarie derive from the camaraderie, friendship, and lifelong lessons I've made along the way with you all. I started at Macquarie at the beginning of 2018, straight out of high school. At that time, my head was only in study mode. I thought I could get away with focusing purely on my coursework, maths, programming, physics, and leaving everything else behind. Luckily, the small interactions that I had with other students in my classes served to kickstart the most enjoyable aspects of university for me. These include running a student group, Max, and landing my first professional job, also at Macquarie University. Not to mention the lifelong friends I've made along the way. All of this is to say that personally, my academic experience was not about the exact things that I learned during my units, but it was about learning how to learn, which is an invaluable skill, because if you can do that, then really you can do anything. Sometimes and conditions may apply. This is what I encourage all of you to take away from your time at Macquarie. Embrace the art of learning, as if you can do that, it will serve you well in whatever course you choose to follow. Now, I'd also like to express my gratitude to the teaching staff. Thank you for your dedication, support, and the knowledge that you have imparted upon us. I personally know that many of you regularly go out of your way to ensure the quality of our education, sacrificing personal time and leisure, all for the greater good of your students. So thank you. Lastly, as I understand it, it is typically expected of the graduate speaker to impart some personal insight to you. To that end, there is one small, simple thing that truly has taken me 5 years as a full-time student to stick in my head. As cliche as it is, don't be afraid to stop and smell the roses. The constant stress we impart onto ourselves due to high expectations can leave us feeling like we're stuck on fast forward. So take your time, enjoy yourself, and your time with your loved ones. Congratulations to you all. Thank you.
Thanks so much for those words, Jordan, and congratulations again. Thank you.
Congratulations.
That was Angela Brewer, who's the founder and artistic director of Coast Opera Australia. Could you please join me again for that thanking her for that superb performance? Please also join me in thanking our musicians. On the organ, Heather Moen-Boyd. And on the trumpet, Miss Melanie McLaughlin. I'd also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank representatives from our alumni community who've come today to help celebrate the occasion. Where are they? They might still be around the back, but thanks to them. And finally, please join me in thanking our technical staff who ensure that the proceedings can be seen and heard, not just for all of you here today, but for those watching the event on live stream. Graduates, this ceremony marks a change in your relationship to Macquarie University, but it certainly does not represent the end of your association with us. From today onwards, you're now part of the bigger Macquarie family. Our alumni network, which, as I mentioned, has over 225,000 members around the world, now welcomes you to its fold. We look forward to seeing you back on campus, to attend alumni events, to undertake further study, or simply to visit our beautiful campus and reminisce about the good times you spent here as a Macquarie University student. Graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges, but like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. We urge you to commit to lifelong learning and inquiry. We urge you to set ambitious goals for yourselves. We urge you to continue the hard work that's already brought you this far. And remember, the world isn't only changed by the great leaps forward of an Albert Einstein or a Marie Curie, but by the many contributions, small and large, of people just like yourselves. At Macquarie, we pride ourselves on developing each and every one of our students into engaged community citizens and leaders. So we urge you to always give thought to what you can do for others along the way. You don't have to do much sometimes to make a real difference to someone's life. Sometimes a small gesture or a kind word can mean an enormous amount. We challenge you to continue to exercise sound judgment and initiative, and to always be generous in offering practical advice and wisdom to those you meet on life's journey. Our hope is that as graduates of Macquarie University, you'll use what you have learned here not only for your own benefit, but also for the betterment of our community. And in all you do, we charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. Now, it's also our hope that you always remember the people who've helped you along the way, many of whom are here with us today. So to acknowledge their contribution and thank them, I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things. First, I'd like all our new graduates to please stand. Now, I want you to place your testamas on your seats behind you and turn around to face your families and friends. And now it's time to give them a mighty round of applause. Okay, turn around now, but don't sit down, don't sit down. Here on the dais with me are representatives of our academic staff who've led and supported you throughout your journey. Please join me in thanking them. Graduates, please remain standing, but do pick up your testamas from the seats behind you. We don't want you to leave those behind. The official party is about to leave the graduation hall, followed by the graduates in procession. As we do, our organist will play the traditional recessional music of graduation, which has been played at ceremonies like this one down through the centuries. There's an age-old set of Latin lyrics to this music, which begins, Gaudeamus igitur dum sumus juvenes. Translation, this means, therefore let us rejoice, for we will always be young. The song speaks in a whimsical way of youth and old age at the same time, of the brevity of life and the inevitability of death, of state and city, and of happiness. So again, to our newest graduates of Macquarie University, my warmest congratulations and every best wish for futures filled with success, satisfaction, and above all, with happiness. Now might I ask everyone to please stand. Shortly I'll lead the official party out to be followed by the graduates, and I then invite you all to follow our graduates out of the graduation hall and onto the concourse behind the building to enjoy some light refreshments. In closing today's wonderful celebration of your achievements, I say again, Gaudeamus igitur, therefore let us rejoice.